Hello, Pirates. How's everyone? Here's Dad Senior, your trusted source of information, and oh boy, did we have a massive update today. So Outpost 9 is out, and instead of reading release notes and having a ton of questions, I thought I'd put a summary. So just quick what you need to know about Outpost 9. I know some people will be all like, yeah, I want that, I'm gonna coin all the turrets, coin OP, coin everything. Good for you guys. I'm gonna go the slow way. But I know some people at the same time are like, oh my god, Kixeye is overwhelming me with content. I can't take that content overload anymore. And I think it's neither here nor there. I mean, there's a balance, and it's part of game progression gearing towards 2017. First big news, factions. You can now take a side. You can choose any faction you want out of the 5 available factions. Each one of them will give you a bonus for your turret damage, and you can change it once a month, so for free. More than that, and you're going to be paying, and according to the release notes, the more times you change in a month, the more expensive it gets. So, I wouldn't spend my money like that, but I know some people will. And I think it depends on how cool the graphic looks, but also what kind of turrets you have in your base, right? So let's take a look into that. First of all, first faction we have here are the Draconians. So if your base has enough explosive turrets, such as APOC mortars or Cold Snaps, Frostbites, these turrets will get a buff of 20% in their damage. And you get pretty cool graphics. So there you see how your base icon will look like in the map, and how your outpost and your land tiles will look like. So there's a whole color scheme, a whole different graphics. I really like it. I'm looking forward to trying out different factions. And keep in mind, players attacking your base will know what kind of bonus you have based on the icon they see on the map. Up next, we have Legion. So Zoe is the one giving extra penetration to all the pirates out there. You have some cool graphics as well. I like the outpost looks. And if your base is full of executioners, probably that's the way to go. Then we have the Forsaken, good old Forsaken. Harlocks giving everyone's cannons an extra buff of 20%. Ballistas, blunderbusses. That's more like the traditional look and feel we're used to, the green grass and whatnot. Then the Scourge, one of my favorite factions. Unfortunately, I only have a couple of corrosive turrets in my base, but still very, very cool looks, right? And then finally the Reavers. So for you with radioactive turrets, that's pretty cool looks, like the whole burnt lava-like look in the land and whatnot. The only thing is, like, honestly, I think other than the Glacial, with 20% will probably be pretty cool. But by the way, you'll notice there's no bonus for concussive turrets from any of the factions. So if you're using miniguns, a minigun or the Maxims, you won't get any benefits no matter which faction you select. Let's take a look at the upgrades. When I got these pictures, it was before the final release notes, a couple hours before, so I don't know if the numbers here are all final, but it gives you a good idea. So first of all, turrets. So there will be a level 8 turret. The base armor is going from 280,000 to 1.2 million armor points. That's massive, right? And regaining an extra special. So instead of the 2 specials you can have with level 7 turrets, now you can have 3. It's a very lengthy upgrade, 13 days. Costs you good resources and uranium. Okay, and of course the prerequisite is having the level 9 outpost. Then we'll have additional turrets. We're going to 22 turrets and 500 walls. We'll have 5 more land tiles. And I don't have a picture for that, but I heard we're gonna get a bigger footprint. So actually, the base footprint on the water will be bigger. And Kixeye is also making the the map, when you're hitting a base, bigger. So there will be more water area around the base for you to position your fleets and whatnot. And you can also spread and give more room between the rim and the center and the guards in your base. Then finally, and that's a very interesting concept, the UTW transformer. That will allow you to build turrets on water. That's brand new. I mean, it's a big change in the game dynamics in my mind. I'm still not sure how I'm going to use that, but I definitely want it. As you see here, is a 30-day long research, and will require your advanced lab to be upgraded too before you can do that. Finally, walls. So now we're going to have level 9 walls. The armor more than quadruples from 41,000 to 175,000. And now they gain ballistic defense of 75%. Remember, the walls before had explosive defense and they blocked splash. So now on top of that, you're gaining ballistic defense. It's very expensive in Xinthium, so get ready for the big Xinthium crisis of Christmas 2016, as everybody's going to spend everything they have, and hitting bases probably won't yield you enough zinc, not even to repair your fleets. So what else needs to be upgraded? Of course, before any of that can be done, you got to upgrade your outpost. It's an 18-day upgrade, very expensive in resources and uranium. And it's going to allow you to have an extra tactical installation in there. So I wonder if I can have a second overload or just another fire support or something like it. That's going to unlock everything we discussed so far, plus a few other buildings. So now we'll be able to have Shipyard level 4. Shipyard level 4 will give us a 15% weight saving on river, weaponry, and armor. Okay, on top of what it gives already on Forsaken and Draconian technology. Remember when upgrading the outpost though, you can build or refit ships, so time that well with tokens and whatnot. Warehouse, level 15 warehouse, it's gonna have more resource capacity, will allow you to have a second tactical installation in them as well, so let's see what the max power is. I haven't had access to that. And it's only a 2-day, 18-hour upgrade, so that's not too bad. Then we have the advanced lab. So in order to research the UTW transformer, you need to upgrade this lab to level 12. It's a 3-day upgrade, doesn't cost you much, so that should be fairly straightforward. And finally, we're getting dock level 13, where maximum fleet weight increases to 45.7 thousand tons from 38,000. So now with that extra weight plus the bonus from Shipyard, we should have more room there to build. Although it doesn't change the maximum weight per fleet, per ship we're seeing these days, which is usually under 10K. So I don't think it's going to be a problem for. Now, good news if you're catching up and you're kind of like not enjoying this new upgrade because you're still, with level 5 turrets or stuff like that. Kixeye has reduced the upgrade times for everything that's corresponding to Outpost 8 and below. In a way that if you're a brand new player, it should take you 1 month to move all the way from Outpost 1 to Outpost 6 and now corresponding buildings. And then about 4 months to go through all the upgrades associated with Outpost 7, which includes level 6 turrets, and Outpost 8, which includes level 7 turrets. And that's without using any base parts. If you use base parts, you should do that much faster. Another piece of good news is every upgrade now up to Outpost 8 can use base parts. So before, base parts were only available for equipping, tactical modules, armor, specials, weapons and turrets. Now for everything up to Outpost 8, they can be used for upgrading, to reduce upgrading time. So if you want, spend your time collecting the base parts. You can fast track that by almost pretty much instantly, for as long as you can hit mines and collect base parts. Now that doesn't apply to Outpost 9 related upgrades. So to get a turret to level 8, to get a wall upgraded to, oh, the wall doesn't count, but to get the warehouse and everything, those you can't use base parts. And it's again still only for equipping, as it's always. The other piece of good news for new players, after many years, I guess, Kixeye has added 3 hulls to the naval lab that you can research. But, and you know, if you're probably over level 50 or whatever, you don't care about this. This is for really new players who want to get into base hitting. So the Forsaken have adapted their old technology like DNX and Sea Scorpions and Strike Cruisers into new Conqueror hulls, which are like tier 4-ish kind of thing. Porthos, Athos, and Aramis, so the 3 musketeers. I wonder when they're going to release D'Artagnan, but we see those 3 right there. And that should let like the small pirates have some fun while they grow up in game. And growing up now, upgrading, as I mentioned, should be a much faster process. Some final thoughts. This is a massive upgrade, so I really suggest you clear your browser cache after the upgrade to load all new and clean. Take your time with the upgrades. Use the FM tokens on the OP9 stuff, and use base parts on everything else that's OP8 and below. So taking your turrets all the way to level 7, base parts. From 7 to 8, tokens. I think Kixeye will run some TLCs offering structure upgrade tokens. They did it last time when they introduced OP8, 7-day tokens and whatnot. I hope to see them again. And time your shipyard upgrade right, because when it's upgrading, you can't build or refit ships. So remember that. And again, the bubble pad. I mean, when we did Outpost 8, all of a sudden it had most of your base power in the outpost. So people quickly realized the base would never bubble and upgraded a few warehouses and frontline turrets to rebalance the distribution of base power, base health. So it would bubble after a few buildings up front were killed. And that's it. I mean, I hope everyone enjoys. It's going to be many months for me upgrading all those things, even with tokens and everything, but should be fun. Any questions, pop them up in the Forsaken Council page. The whole team is there for you guys and the community as well. Take care, Pirates.